All right, heading in for a point-to-point hike. It's hunting season, so I got on my orange shirt so I don't get shot. It's a nice day. It's probably in the mid 50s right now, and it's supposed to get up to the mid 60s. And I'm on the Florida National Scenic Trail, doing probably, I think it's about 15 to 16 miles, but we'll see. I might be wrong on that. It might be 19. So I'm kind of ready for both. Yeah, I've never done this section of the Florida Trail that I'm on right now. I've gone north of here. There's a parking lot back there where we started at, across the street. And I've parked there and gone north, but it's kind of a sketchy parking lot. We're in the middle of nowhere, and it's off of a pretty busy road, and there is a little bit of privacy. So I've never seen more than one car parked there. And the times that I've parked there, I've been the only car, and it's easy for someone to just pull off and fuck with your shit. So where I parked at the end of this trail, at the next trailhead, is a much more secure parking lot, and it has a mountain bike trail in the same area, so there's usually a lot of people using the trail there. But yeah, I'm gonna start running. I put in 76 miles last week. I put in 71 miles the week before that, and then 70 miles the week before that, and so on and so forth. Starting about what I was averaging was 40 to 50 miles a week. Now I'm trying to get up to 60 to 80, and then I'll put in some. Once I hit 80, which I'm looking to hit this week, I'll start putting in 60 or 80 to 100 miles from time to time, but really kind of sticking between 60 and 80 miles a week, yeah, with as much elevation as I can cram in. The unfortunate thing about living in Florida is that you have to run the same areas over and over again to really put in elevation. I get a spot I can go to and run for an hour and get 1,000 feet of climb, but it's like the same trails. I usually run there 2-3 times a week, so it gets a little redundant. But now that it's January, I'll be going up to the Appalachian Trail here in a couple weeks and doing 3 solid days of trail running in the mountains. And I do that as much as I can. So the one thing you gotta be careful for in here is really gnarly spider webs. But seeing as how it's January 1st, 2024, usually in January, it's not quite as bad. But we still gotta be mindful of spider webs across the trail. But yeah, it's nice and wooded. They've run out of chemtrail juice because there's no chemtrails being sprayed, which is always the case. It's a nice day when they don't spray those chemtrails somewhere. I got my hat on today to keep the sun off my head and my ears. Wearing Keurigs. I got on barbell Phantom shorts. I have this, rather inexpensive running vest that's super comfy. I have, I think these are 400 milliliter. One of them's about half empty, so I probably have 600 milliliters of water. I'm already hydrated, so I really didn't need to bring any water. I'm not gonna be running super hard, but yeah, this is what you get. I'll put this away in just a minute, give you a little bit more of the trail. That's our first dirt road. Oh, look at that. It's actually some elevation. There is a little teeny bit of hills through the middle of Florida. It actually kind of runs up and becomes what is the Appalachian mountain chain. And I guess if you run 15, 20 miles, you'll hit 1,000 feet of elevation. It'll take you running half the day or a third of the day, 4 or 5 hours, 3 hours. And that's about all you're gonna get. A lot of deer moss through here. See, we're going downhill right now. You can't tell, but it's this nice downhill. And I'm just holding my phone, so I apologize for how shitty my recordings are, but that's what it is. So, sorry, not sorry. Well, I'm still at that stage where I'm just building up miles. I don't need to worry about any kind of training strategy. I just need to put hours and miles on my feet. And so that's what I've been doing. I want to say I ran close to 300 miles last month in December. I don't think I was quite at 300, but I'd have to go back and look. I know it was in the high 200s. So we'll just call it 280, around 280. And so that's what I'm at here, not really worried about my time. I just like to get going and not stop. I figured if I could get to where I could do that for 3 to 4 hours, just at a good pace, should be able to string together a couple 3-4 hour blocks of running or jogging, whatever you want to say, just moving out and make for a pretty decent ultra race. So I'm actually working my way up to doing the Cocodona 250. Believe it or not, I've been training since May of 2023. to do the May of 2026 Cocodona 250. So I'm giving myself 3 years. I'm doing the Eldon Crest 38 this May 2024. I'm doing the first 37 of the Cocodona 250 in April as just a training run. I'm going to volunteer at the Moab and this year in the fall of 2024 with the intent to run the Moab 240 as a final training run in 2025 for the Cocodona in 2026. And then in 2025, I'm also going to do...
Distance, 1 mile. Time, 12
I'm also
minutes,
gonna do
45 seconds.
That was a 12-minute mile, just kind of moseying on out of the trailhead. In 2025, I'm also going to do the Sedona Canyons 125. So there'd be 1, 2, 3 races leading up to the Cocodona 250, and then a bunch of training in between. So that's where we're at. It's Monday, start of a new week. I run every day. I'd say 95% of my runs are outside. Probably 98% of my runs are outside. And when it's really nasty and the weather's bad, I'll run on the treadmill. But I get real bored running on a treadmill. I gotta like put on headphones and watch YouTube or something. It's a challenge, especially at home. I have a treadmill at the house, and I keep it elevated all the way on level 10, so I get some elevation. Can't measure it. You probably could measure it. I gotta try to figure that out. I'm not sure exactly what degree level 10 is as far as incline, but yeah, I could probably figure it out. Get a little protractor and a ruler, just measure the angle from the ground. I imagine that it's somewhere close to 10%, a degree per level, but not real sure. What else? Yeah, so most of my runs are outside. I also belong to a gym. They've got some nice nice machines. I like to do the stair stepper. Gives my legs a simulation of climbing in the mountains. So really just kind of doing what I can. I have skinny little legs too to begin with, just genetically. I'm tall and lanky. I've been that way my whole life. 6'1". Right now I weigh about high 150s, low 160s, depending on the meals I've been eating. Anywhere from 158 to 162, 163. So just tall and skinny. My pulse has been really good lately. I think I ran nearly 9.5 miles last week at a 8, I think, I don't know, it was in the 8 minute a mile range, and my pulse was right around 150 in the high 140s. The average pulse, it was high 140s. So I'm pretty happy with that. Let's see what my pulse is right now. 154. But again, I'm not training to any blood, any metrics. I'm not training to any metrics. I'm just running. So yeah, this is pretty much it. Really nice, full canopy with some spots of sun. I might even be so bold to take this shirt off. I like wearing long sleeve shirts because you can take them off and tie 'em around your waist. I'd much rather tie a shirt around my waist than stuff it in my pocket. And I do have a spot back here on this vest that I could throw stuff in, but it's in the middle of your back, and that's like the sweatiest part for me. So I'd rather not cover that area up. I'd rather just tie it around my waist than have a bunch of bulk material in the middle of my back where I get a lot of my cooling from. And plus I didn't bring a bag for it, so it's just gonna get wet back there. I was hoping we'd see some wildlife, but it's been pretty quiet. There was a bird that just flew out of here that was fairly big, but he was in and out so quick I couldn't even tell what it was. It's been dry, hadn't been raining all last week. It was really nasty weather last weekend. Yeah, so happy trails.